Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome back to another video. And today, it's my talking about Zombies 2 video. Now, before I get into the video, I would just like to remind everyone that on Sunday night, not Sunday night. At some point on Sunday, I'm going to have YouTuber BM1588 over. We are going to be watching Zombies 3 and Zombies 4 Dawn of the Vampires. And then after we watch each film, I'm going to be doing a Let's Talk About video. The first video we'll be doing Sunday is Zombies 3. Because I'm going to be watching Zombies 3 and 4 in order of how they were released. So, yeah. Anyways, yeah, that video is probably going to be a lot of fun. So what's going to happen in that video is she's going to explain her history of the Zombies franchise, what her thoughts were back when promotion for the first movie, the second movie, and the third movie started coming out. I will do the same as a refresher for everyone. And then we're just going to talk about Zombies 3. And in a way that is going to be very similar to what you're about to see in this video. Also, I have not talked to her yet, but maybe you'll get a teaser of a possible collaboration. Nope, that's not how I wanted to word that. A possible option for future videos of the two of us together. I still need to talk to her about that part, so I can't make any promises on that. But let's get into it. Okay, so Disney Channel. So in 2020, Disney Channel released the sequel to the Disney Zombies to the Disney Channel original movie Zombies 2. Now, as some of you may remember from my Zombies video, I said that I was not a fan. I was not a big fan of the first movie. Heck, I wasn't even looking forward to the first movie back when promotion started. Honestly, I was kind of the same way with Zombies 2. But I was looking forward to the movie just a slight bit more. Because when I found out about the movie, I'd watched the movie more. When I found out about the fact that Zombies 2 was happening, I had watched the original movie some more. I gave myself more time for the movie to possibly grow on me, for me to grow to like it. At this point, I had a slight liking for Zombies, the first movie, I mean. And then Zombies 2 came out. And by the time the movie was over, I absolutely fell in love with the universe. I honestly got to the point where I am now in terms of how I feel about the universe. Now, let's get into the movie. Let's get into talking about the movie for real. Okay, first things first. Everything I said about Addison, Zed, Bucky, Eliza, Bree, Stacy, Lacey, Zoe, Bonzo, Dale, Missy, Principal Lee, Coach, And Ziva Necrodopolis, honestly, it's all true for this movie. But Zed and Addison, honestly, I feel like they got so much cuter in this movie. Yeah, I think they are both very cute in all the movies they're in. In all the movies so far. I thought Kylie did an amazing job again as Eliza. James Godfrey, well, literally he spoke. I thought he knocked it out of the park. Just like the entire returning cast, phenomenal job. I loved all of them in their returning roles. Now, it's time to move on to the new characters. And how I'm going to do this, how I'm going to do the new characters is in order of how they appeared in the film. And the first new character introduced in Zombies 2 that we got is Kevin, aka JC, played by, actually, I do not know the name of his actor. I don't know the name of his actor. Honestly, JC, he's interesting. I like him. He's just kind of there in this movie. I mean, honestly, same thing could be said for the ACs, the returning ACs. Now that JC's done, I know what most of you are probably thinking. Yes, it's time for the werewolves. And unfortunately, you're wrong! Because next up is actually the Mighty Shrimp. Is the unknown actor. No, and when I say unknown, I mean, I'm not saying unknown because he was unknown at the time and I'm blanking on his name. I mean, literally the cast members do not know who he is. Do not know who this person is. The person I'm referring to is the guy in the shrimp costume named Shrimpy. Okay, you know what? I'll admit, every time Shrimpy's on screen in Zombies 2, he steals the scene. He does not talk at all. But, oh my god, he is so funny. I love him in this movie. He's probably one of the best parts about the movie, in my opinion. Yeah, he's funny. He's funny and adorable and weird. But aren't all mascots funny, adorable in some way, and weird? Now, it's time for the werewolves. I think I'm going to start with Chandler Kinney, who played the leader at Alpha, Willa Likinson. Honestly, I like Willa. I think she's an incredible character. I think every time Chandler plays Willa, she knocks it straight out of the park. Seriously. I think Willa is amazing. She's smart, kind of sassy. She's a bad bleep. Yeah, and I'll say this for Willa when it comes to Zombies 3 and 4. They definitely do some very interesting things with Willa. Not like bad interesting. Like, I was not expecting them to do that. Shiz. Nope, that's not gonna work. Okay. Next, let's move on to her brother, Wyatt Lancaster. Wyatt Lancaster, played by Pierce Joas. Honestly, one of my... Honestly, he's my favorite werewolf. Honestly, I don't know what it is, but something about the way Pierce does Wyatt in Zombies 2, it's amazing. Just like with Chandler and Willa, I think every time they have Pierce come back to play Wyatt, he knocks it out of the park every single time. I think he did an incredible job back in the first movie, back when it first released. I think he did an incredible job in Aslan's Moonstone Mystery and Aslan's Monster Mystery. I think he did an incredible job in Zombies, the Reanimated series. And before you come at me in the comments for mentioning this, look, you can hate the Reanimated series, you can hate on it, that's fine. But how I feel about the cat's performance in that series is my opinion. In my opinion, maybe the wrong one to some of you guys, but I think Pierce does an amazing job every time he plays Wyatt. And I'm going to stop talk about the Reanimated series there, or else I'm going to go into a rant. So, yeah. Let's move on to Ariel Martin / Baby Ariel. I think that's a name she's got for herself somewhere on social media. Anyways, her as Winter Barkritz. I hope I said her name right. Honestly, Winter, she's like the weird, quirky little sister, honestly. The weird, quirky little sister who wants to impress the older siblings. Honestly, that's the vibe I get from Winter and Zombies 2. I think Winter's little moment with Zoe, that was so adorable. I think both Ariel and Kingston did an amazing job with that scene. And I think she did an incredible job. The only thing I'm disappointed about when it comes to Ariel as Winter is, why not? Why? Guys, Disney. People who worked on Zombies 2, why did you not give Winter any moment where her singing voice could be clearly heard? And then that's not stacked on top of Pierce, Chandler, Meg, Milo, Carla, any other cast members. Why did you wait until Zombies 3? Why? It's proven by the song that they gave her on the Zombies 2 soundtrack called New Kid in Town, that she has an incredible voice. Seriously. Absolutely incredible voice. I love her singing voice. I think she sounds incredible. I think she's incredible as Winter. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, so before I move on to the songs and the rest of this video, I want to go back to Wyatt and Eliza real quick. So, there's a scene in Zombies 2 when Eliza says this to Zed, you know that smart, scruffy, handsome, super fine smelling werewolf, Wyatt, he's super into Addison. Okay, that line from Eliza made me go, are you sure? Are you sure you don't like him? Eliza. Because that comment that you made, it really sounds like you like him, Eliza. And that's all I'm going to say about that. Because if I keep talking, it'll get moving to Zombies 3 territory. So I'll save that. I'll save that for my Zombies 3 video Sunday. Now what's next? Yes, the songs. So that's something you're learning with me. That's something that you're learning in my Zombies 3 video and my Zombies 4 videos. Honestly, I honestly think that when it comes to writing songs for the musical movies, especially for Descendants and Zombies, the people knock it out of the park every single time. Like, look, I'll admit, I like the soundtracks for all 4 Zombies movies. If I had to rank the soundtracks to which ones I like, in order of which ones I like more than the others, the first one I say I don't hate, but just don't like more than the others. And the last one I say I like more than the others. It goes Zombies, Zombies 2, Zombies 3, Zombies 4, Dawn of the Vampires. So yeah, I think it's safe to say I really enjoyed the songs in Zombies 2. Some of my favorite songs in the film are We Got This, We Own the Night, Flesh and Bone, Call to the Wild, Someday, because, the song's iconic as Fudge, and All for One. Seriously, those songs are some of my favorite songs in the film, and honestly, Someday is my favorite song of the entire franchise. Oh, okay. I guess all that's left to talk about when it comes to Zombies 2 is everything related to the film that I did not previously mention. What do I want to start with? Okay, I'll start with this. Bucky's an even bigger douchebag than he was in the first movie. Yeah, I said it. Look. Like I mentioned in my first video, I love Trevor's performance as Bucky. I think it's incredible, but he just became an even more of a douchebag. Like, seriously. Will you ever, Bucky buddy, will you ever not say something that just boosts your freaking ego? My God, dude. You know what? Like, dude, what the heck, man? Do you ever not say stuff that makes your ego get bigger and bigger and bigger? No? Good to know. Honestly, yeah, the film is great. I think the plot of the film is an interesting one, whereas, so there's kind of 3 different stories going on at once in this movie. The first story, and the main one, at least in my opinion, is Addison's story, in which she tries to become cheer captain and figures out what she is, which, like spoilers for Zombies 3, if you have not seen that movie yet, that will be happening in Zombies 3. The next story, again, it's kind of like a main one with Addison's story. It's Zed trying to get Addison's date to be the prawn. Zed trying to get Addison's date to the prawn. What is prawn, you ask? Well, and to quote Zed from the movie, it's like prom, but supersized and Mighty Shrimp themed. But then plot 3 comes into the mix. The werewolves trying to find the Moonstone. The Moonstone is the life source for the werewolves. The werewolves have necklaces with, I'm assuming, chunks of the Moonstone that fell to Seabrook that powers the werewolves' necklaces. All 3 plots kind of just go colliding into each other during the, if I remember correctly, people called the Zedison breakup moment. Okay, let me explain. So, like I said, Zed's trying to become student president. When the werewolves show up, everyone in Seabrook freaks the frick out. And the anti-monster laws get put back into effect, which means, to quote Bucky, zombies can't go to prom. Ouch. Yeah. Which, I mean, the zombies and werewolves end up going to prom. The werewolves end up finding the Moonstone. Everything's happy, but unlike the first Zombies movie, we got a teaser of what's to come in Zombies 3. So, let's talk about the Zombies 3 teaser, folks. The Zombies 3 teaser goes as follows. Addison's asleep in her room after the prom. I'm assuming it's the same night after Zed and Addison finally kiss. Yes, I said it. They finally kiss in the movie. Let's see. Finally kiss. Addison didn't sleep. This strange blue glowing object, which never gets explained, crashes, which we get to see through Addison's window. It makes all the electronics in Addison's room go weird, and Addison glows, and Addison's hair glows blue. Now, my initial thought when I first saw that scene was, hold up, is Addison in? My first thought when I heard that was, is Addison an alien? And to answer that question, you're gonna have to wait until Sunday. Yep, gonna have to wait until Sunday. And that's all I really have to say about Zombies 2. It's a great movie. I definitely think it's better than the first movie. I think the songs are better. I think the CGI either. I feel like the CGI for Zombies 2 definitely improved for Zombies 2 compared to the first movie, because honestly, anytime the werewolves' eyes turn yellow and like their fangs are shown and like the necklace was glowing, it looked incredible. And honestly, like I mentioned in my video for the first movie, I still don't know if the effects, if the things that Zed has on his body when he zombies out is CGI or makeup on top of Milo's white makeup for Zed. But either way, if it's CGI, honestly, the CGI on that looks so much better than it did in the first movie. Honestly, at least to me, I think Zombies 2 and every single way is an improvement over the first movie. And yeah, that's all I have to say about Zombies 2. Here's a quick teaser of what might possibly be some of my reactions. Some of what I might say when I talk about Zombies 3 with BM 1588 Sunday. So, Brooke, tell me. What did you think about the reveal of what Addison is? Honestly, I was shocked. I was shocked and surprised, but at the same time, I was like, yes, I was right! In case you're confused, I don't know if I mentioned this in my video already, but after Zombies 2 was released, I had this theory that Addison was an alien, but it was like a Superman situation, in which Clark Kent, Kal-El went to Earth as his planet was dying, as his planet was getting destroyed as a baby, and was found by the Kents. I thought that was what happened with Addison. She was sent off of her planet as it was getting destroyed, and when she landed on Earth, she was found by Dale and Missy. But that did not happen. That did not happen at all.